There are moments in genealogy when the records stop feeling like documents and start feeling like people. This story began quietly with a familiar name, Charlotte Tann. At first, she looked like so many women from the early 1800s, but the deeper I went, the more something didn't sit right. Charlotte was appearing in places she couldn't possibly be, living lives that didn't belong to the same woman. And that's when I asked the question that changed everything. Am I looking at one Charlotte Tann or two? Setting the time. To understand this story, we need to step back into the early 19th century. This was a time before photographs, before birth certificates were standardized, before women's lives were fully documented in their own words. Women were recorded through marriages, children, and communities. If those details were misunderstood, entire lives could be folded into the wrong story. And that's exactly what nearly happened here. Charlotte of Nash County, North Carolina. Let me take you to Nash County. In the early 1800s, Nash County was agricultural. Families lived close together. Surnames repeated across generations. On August 20th, 1814, in Franklin County, North Carolina, Charlotte Tann married Alan Tabron. Based on records, this Charlotte would have been about 19 years old, an age that fits the customs of the time. And then she stays. She appears in census records again and again. 1860, 1870, 1880. Each time listed as Charlotte Tabron, she is surrounded by her children. Later, her grandchildren. Her life unfolds steadily. One community, one family, one continuous timeline. She does not disappear. She does not relocate. She remains rooted in Nash County. This Charlotte's life is consistent, documented, and grounded in family. The other Charlotte emerges, but then there is another Charlotte Tann. This Charlotte was born on August 1st, 1799 in Charleston. Charleston, at the turn of the 19th century, was a bustling port city, very different from rural North Carolina. As this Charlotte grows older, her life takes a path that could not be more different. By 1830, she is living in West Union, and here she joins the Shaker community. This is where genealogy demands context, not assumptions. Understanding the Shakers. The Shakers were not just another church. They believed in celibacy after joining communal living equality of men and women, a life devoted entirely to spiritual discipline. Once someone entered the Shaker community, there were no marriages, no children, no private family life, and importantly, many converts entered after earlier marriages or children. Charlotte's children were born before she joined the Shakers, which fits perfectly within Shaker history, but after 1830, her life becomes quiet by design. She remains in the Shaker community until her death on March 15, 1875. She is buried at the Shaker Cemetery. Her story is spiritual, communal, and contained. The age detail that changes everything now here is the detail that made everything undeniable. If the Charlotte who joined the Shakers had married Alan Tabron in 1814, she would have been 14 years old. 14. Meanwhile, the Charlotte who lived her life in Nash County would have been 19 years old at that same marriage. That difference matters. Age, location, belief system, lifestyle, when placed on parallel timelines, they never intersect. The moment of clarity. Once I separated these two women, something remarkable happened. The records stopped contradicting each other. Timelines aligned naturally. Census entries made sense. Family relationships settled into place. And most importantly, each woman reclaimed her own life. Two Charlotte Tanns, two distinct paths, one shared name. Why this matters to you. If you're researching your family history and something feels off, an ancestor in two places at once, a timeline that doesn't breathe, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're doing real genealogy. Names repeat, lives do not. If this story resonates with your own research, subscribe, tell me in the comments if you've encountered duplicate names, and explore documented family histories at TannAmericanHistoricalAssociation.com, because your ancestors deserve to be remembered as they truly lived.